You're tuning into the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, the only wrestling podcast covering WWE, AEW, and TNA. Let's get uncooked, uncorked, and uncensored.
What's up, you all? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity,
and I'm here too.
Yes, my own personal Hot Commodity is here as well. And today we are diving into TNA Slammiversary 2025 live in Elmont, New York. This is a good card. It was last Sunday, if I'm correct. And it was a good show. We finally finished it. It was better than I thought fucking AEW show was. It was short, sweet, good matches, and I enjoyed it. What about you?
Yeah. AEW, they have some good matches and stuff, but, you tend to lose a little interest after a while.
The last one was 5 hours and 50 minutes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to sit and watch that for fun.
I died.
We gotta watch it in, increments because it's just, the matches are so long.
Yes, I agree with you, baby boy. Well, kicking off the night, we have two former WWE superstars going at it. Mustafa Ali with Order 4 taking on Cedric Alexander here. Cedric lands a German suplex to Mustafa Ali on the floor twice. Cedric then slams Mustafa from the top onto the Greyhounds on the floor for a 2 count. Ali applies a sharpshooter and then chokes Cedric with the ring skirt. Cedric backdrops Mustafa Ali onto the edge of the steel ring steps. Tasha Steelz distracts the referee, and then Hodge hits a DDT to Cedric on the floor, allowing Ali to hit a 450 splash for a 2 count. Tasha gets in the referee's face, but gets kicked out of the arena. Alexander lands a cutter in a German, and then after that, Cedric lands a lumbar check for a 2 count. Tasha Steelz comes back out with a steel chair, but Cedric Alexander lays her the fuck out with a lumbar check, taking Tasha out. That allows Mustafa to land a 450, and with some help from Order 4, Mustafa Ali has defeated Cedric Alexander. This was a great opening match. It made me excited for the rest of the card. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was funny because I didn't really know who the other guy was, and I was like, oh my god, Cedric. It looks like Swerve's brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew Mustafa Ali from WWE, and yeah, it was definitely a good match.
Tasha's hair was very spaghetti-like.
Yeah.
She got fucked up at the end. That was a good match that opened the show. Next up, we have The System with Alicia Edwards and Matt Cardona taking on NXT's Darkstate. Matt Cardona hits the radio silence, and Eddie lands a Boston knee party. They defeat Darkstate. I don't give a fuck about Darkstate. They're boring in NXT. They're boring in TNA. Yeah. Just get rid of them at this point.
Yeah, it's. I think the only one I kind of like is the guy from LFG. What's his name?
Brandon Cutler or something.
Something. I do like him, but I don't like him in this faction, and I think he could do good on his own. I think this brings him down.
I agree. This whole Darkstate just sucks. I'm over it. Next up, we have Tessa Blanchard with Victoria Crawford taking on Indi Hartwell. Tessa drop kicks Indi off the apron to the floor. Tessa lands a suplex, dropping Indi onto her knees. Indi lands a flying elbow to the back of Tessa for a 2 count. Tessa dives onto Indi on the floor and lands a sit-out powerbomb for a 2. Tessa lands a super cutter and a flying code breaker, but Indi kicks out. Indi drops Tessa across the ropes and lands a spinning slam, and Indi Hartwell has defeated her former friend Tessa Blanchard. After the match, Indi gets interviewed by announcer Gianna Miller. I sounded like Paul Heyman.
And by the way, it's Cutler James.
After Tessa attacks Indi and the announcer Gianna, slamming Gianna's head into the ring steps, and immediately following this, Tessa was suspended by TNA. Indi did really good in this match. She sort of showed why she stands out as a women's competitor, and Tessa's great in the ring as well. Always fun to see Victoria Crawford, Alicia Fox showing her stuff out there. But what did you think of this match?
Yeah, it was like one of the first times I've seen Alicia Fox really do anything, and I've seen, her on Total Divas, and the match was good. Did Indi win?
Yeah.
Okay, so Indi won, and then she got attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured she would win, and she's full-time TNA now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I know she was doing when she first got fired from WWE. She was doing some indie stuff, and no pun intended.
No pun intended.
And I saw she fought like who was it? I don't know, but she was like doing a lot of mixed matches, like fighting guys and stuff. It was kind of cool. I watched a couple of them.
And use the bomb. Next up, we have a winner takes all title versus title match. The NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne with Fatal Influence taking on the TNA Women's Knockouts Champion Masha Slamovich. Masha lands a flying cannonball to Fatal Influence on the floor, and then Jacy pulls Masha's face into the ring post and lands a rock bottom for a 2. Jacy then kicks Masha on the top rope and lands a Super Hurricanrana, a knee strike, but Masha kicks out. Then Jacy hits Masha in the back with the Knockouts title for a 2. Masha lands a Psycho knee, and then Zaya Brookside and Laney, I don't know her last name, they attack Fatal Influence on the floor. Jacy accidentally kicks the referee, and Masha lands a snowplow, but Jacy kicks out. Jacy sends Masha into the ring post and hits a rolling encore, and we have a new TNA Women's Knockouts champion in Jacy Jayne. Now the Women's Knockouts champion is from a competitor, a competitive company here.
No.
What do you think of the match and Jacy Jayne winning here?
Well, at this point, we don't know what's going to happen in the last match, but both TNA championships right now are on NXT people. I thought this was a really good match. I haven't seen a lot of Masha before, and she was really good and dominant. I would love to see her against like Rhea Ripley or something, or maybe not.
That would be good,
Ripley,
Rhea.
but like
her and Jordan should fight again.
Yeah, I could see her. Well, there is no more Zoe Stark, but Zoe Stark's still signed, but she's injured right now.
Yeah.
I could see her against somebody like that. So it was definitely a
good match. Next up, TNA X-Division Champion Moose defending against Leon Slater. Moose hits the go to hell for a 2 count, and then Moose accidentally runs into their steel ring steps. Leon lands a Hurricanrana to Moose off the apron to the floor, and then Leon jumps over the ring post onto Moose. Moose lands a pop-up powerbomb for a 2, and then Moose spares Leon, but Leon kicks out. Leon hits the Utopia, a spare, a 450 into a Swanton bomb, but Moose kicks out. Leon lands a co-red to Moose on the floor, and then Leon lands a Swanton bomb in the center, and finally finishes off Moose with a Swanton into the 450 splash. Leon Slater is a new TNA X-Division champion. After the match, Moose puts the title around Leon's waist, and then the phenomenal AJ Styles comes out and shakes Leon's hand and hugs him. AJ says, "TNA, did you miss me? I am the phenomenal AJ Styles. They said I might not be able to come back, but here I am." And then AJ goes on to put over Leon Slater and the TNA X Division. What did you think of this match? I thought it was really good.
I did. I liked this match too. It was cool because like I don't know a lot of people from TNA, but I've seen Moose fight Femi, so I had seen him before, and the match was really good. It was cool to see AJ Styles.
You thought Moose was gonna win though.
I did think that, but it was cool to see the young guy become the youngest champion ever, and he was really good. I think he deserved the championship, and yeah,
it was fun to see. He kicked ass.
He'll retain his title.
And he's young. I think he's only like 20. He's from England. So.
That's what I said. He's the youngest champion ever.
Ooh, you're the best champion ever.
Thank you.
Next up, the TNA Tag Team titles are on the line in a ladder match. The Rascalz, Zachary Wentz has Myron Reed subbing for Trey Miguel. Taking on First Class, which is AJ Francis and KC Navarro. The Hardy Boyz, which of course we know. And the TNA Tag Team Champions, Rick and Ryan Nemeth. I'm sorry, Nick and Ryan Nemeth.
I thought this was one of the best matches.
AJ Francis lands a World's Strongest Slam to Myron Reed onto a ladder. Zachary Wentz hits a missile drop kick to Casey Navarro off the shoulders of AJ Francis. That was a cool maneuver. AJ moonsaults off the ladder onto everyone, and then the Rascalz pushed First Class off the ladder through ladders on the floor. AJ Francis landed on his legs, and you talk about landing on your legs. That did not look good. The Hardys place the Rascalz on a ladder, and Jeff lands a swanton bomb onto both of the men through a ladder twice. Jeff calls down for a drop ladder to come from the sky. And then the Hardys land a double twist of fate to the Nemeth brothers with chairs wrapped around their necks. And the Hardy Boyz climb up, and the Hardys are the new TNA Tag Team Champions. After the match, Bully Ray comes out, and he wants one last match, Team 3D versus the Hardy Boyz at Bound for Glory. This was a good tag match, as you said. There wasn't too much, and it was just enough, though. And I thought the Hardys were the right team to win. What'd you think?
Yeah, I definitely thought the Hardys were the right team to win. I thought there was a lot of cool stuff, like all the ladders broke, and Jeff Hardy had this remote control, and a ladder, a fold up ladder fell from the ceiling.
It was like the old school Batman movie that they said from the 60s.
And the best part, of course, was Bubba coming out at the end, and I'm definitely excited to see their last match. And I think that they're all at a good age where I think they could still put on a good match.
Our main event, the TNA Championship on the line in a triple threat.
We just talk about these terrible entrances.
Yeah, let's cover that in a minute. Joe Hendry taking on Mike Santana and the TNA World Champion Trick Williams with Frankie Kazarian on commentary. Yeah, that whole Whoop That Trick entrance by the Harlem. I think it was like the Harlem Choir. They were like, whoop that trick. Like, it was terrible.
Yeah, all their entrances were. Then the Puerto Rican guy had some fat ass rapping for him. Joe Hendry was like the only one that kind of had a normal.
I just didn't understand what that whoop that trick was going to do for anybody. Yeah. Like, they added to it. Like, it's whoop that trick. It's like, but they made it like.
Well, they made it very gospel-y.
That was interesting. You know. So Mike and Joe attack Trick Williams to start. Mike lands a drop kick to Trick in the corner. Trick hits a trick kick to Mike Santana. Joe Hendry lands a reverse FU to Trick Williams and hits a standing ovation, but Frankie Kazarian pulls the referee out of the floor. Mike hits a rolling buck 50 and a cannonball to Joe Hendry for a 2. Hendry power bombs Mike Santana and hits a standing ovation, but Mike kicks out. The end comes when Mike hits spin the block to Joe Hendry twice, but then Trick tosses Mike to the floor, and Trick steals the victory and retains the TNA World Championship here. A very quick main event, but
all their matches were very quick, but at the same time, I feel like they could be a little longer, but they kind of cut out the bullshit. And if it was WWE or AEW, I feel like Trick would have been out a lot longer. The two would have wrestled more. They get to it.
I feel like Mike Santana is going to take on Trick Williams at Bound for Glory because Trick kind of stole the win. It looked like Mike was going to win there.
Yeah.
But what do you think about 2 NXT people being the main title holders for TNA?
I think it's very interesting, and I think it's a for sure sign that WWE is going to buy them. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see. It makes me want to watch and see what's going to happen for sure.
I agree. I hope that if they do buy TNA, that they're still looked at as a competitive company, and it's not going to be they all just get fed WWE guys and they get fucked up, you know?
Yeah. Or they just intertwine the rosters. You know, I feel like they should kind of stay separate, at least for a while.
I agree. Well, I really like this pay-per-view. I definitely would recommend watching it again.
Another thing I don't like is that the way WWE treats TNA is that they're on the level of NXT, and I disagree with that. I want to see them fight main roster people.
It's been around since 2002, so I mean,
yeah, and it's they're not they're not training wrestlers. They're wrestlers. So I feel like they should not be looked at like a what do you call NXT? Developmental. Yeah,
what was your favorite match on the card, and what do you grade this pay-per-view?
I would give this pay-per-view a B, and I really liked I liked the ladder match and the women's.
I like pretty much all the matches except for the System versus Darkstate. I definitely, like I said, recommend watching this pay-per-view. Short, sweet, good matches. I give it a B+. So there is our ratings for TNA Slammiversary. I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't yet. We're going to be covering Bound for Glory. We also have SummerSlam this weekend, so we're going to be covering Raw and SmackDown leading up to that. NXT Heatwave is coming up.
Of the summer.
Yep. AEW Dynamite, we're going to be covering that as well. We have Attitude Years. We're on the road to Armageddon, so make sure to keep up with all this. You subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. Leave a comment, and until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.